Welcome back to another episode of Watch Me Mix. In this episode, we're going to continue cleaning up these harmonies because they were a mess and we've got a lot of work to do. So you can see I've done this cool little trick in the last episode where I duplicated this one section just to get a nice clean out of this one. I'm also going to go through and get rid of the little things before, like this little thing right here, and make sure that the breaths all sound good, the timing is all good, and then we will get into pitch correction and how I'm going to actually double these because right now I have one, two, three, and I'm supposed to have a double of each one. And then we'll apply reverb. And yeah, by the end of this episode, these are going to sound awesome. So stick around and we'll see what happens. To start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this first one with a fine tooth comb, and I'm going to get this sounding nice and clean. And then I will do these other two off camera, and we'll see how they all sound together. So let's listen to this first one. Make sure I have just that soloed, and we'll take a listen. There we go. So very first thing, this little click right here, get rid of that. Not a nice breath there. We got to have a nice solid start. There we go. Don't like the way this one ends. Good. Little fade here. Little fade here. Good, and might as well cut the silence out here. Okay, so that's basically what I'm going to do with the other two of them. Let's just listen to this one straight through. Might as well fade this. And might as well get rid of the silence here. I made the other ones nice and clean, so let's just do that. Okay, here we go. This one sounds a little bit weird, but I think it'll be good in the mix because this is literally from one take and that's from another one. I think it'll be okay. Cool. So I'm going to do that with all three of them. So here's all three of them. Clicking still on this one. Little clicks here. So that is absolutely worlds better. Just to give you a little idea, listen to the clicking in the 6 so far. This is how they originally sounded. This is 6 of them. It's going to be a little quieter because I have the gain turned down here, but listen to all the clicking. Okay, so let's get rid of those. And then once again, here's what I've got so far. Again, not doubled yet. So that's a nice tutorial or a nice sort of demonstration of just cleaning up. Now, there's other ways you can do this. So for example, I could have used in terms of the little fades and getting rid of the silence in between, I could have used a gate, a noise gate on each one, which gets rid of the silence in between. It's not exactly silence. There's all the room tone and, mouth noise and stuff like that. There's also, you can use the strip silence command, which will automatically cut out silence as you dictate it, and then also can automatically apply fades. This is not that much audio. It's only 3 tracks, so I didn't really mind doing it, manually. It really only took, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. So let's move on. The next step is how am I going to double all these? So it's actually going to be really, really simple. We're just going to use a very simple technique called microshifting. And you can do this by shifting the phase either manually, like you can move these a little bit over by, certain milliseconds, or you can use a microshifting plugin. But check this out. I'm going to do it sort of the manual way so you can kind of see. Here's the first one. We're just going to select all of them. Might as well just do it this way. And then option, click and drag. So now it's just duplicated. And then on the duplicate, we're going to come in here and we're going to apply a sample delay. And we're going to use milliseconds. And then I'm going to play them both together. And as I turn up the milliseconds of delay on just the second one, you're going to hear it starts to sound like 2 different voices. So there's kind of like a sweet spot somewhere in here. And then if you pan these, I'm just going to do an extreme pan. And if you're wearing headphones, you'll hear the difference in a big way. So I'm going to go with somewhere around like 30 or 40 milliseconds. And we will not pan them quite yet, but I'm just going to duplicate that across each of them, each of the 2.2s. So this is going to go here, and then it will also go here. So then on each of my 0.2s, those are all my secondary ones. And in fact, I'm just going, yeah, we'll leave them like that for now. Okay, so now we can duplicate the audio as well. And now we will have something that sounds akin to 6 voices. Gotta get this whole one. There we go. Here it comes. Okay, so that gives us the 6 voices. I'm still a little concerned about the clicking in this. Let's say if I just mute this one, how does that sound? I'm going to leave that muted for now because it is very clicky in there. Okay, so the next step is panning. So these are the low ones, I believe. I can tell at the very end. Maybe the middle one's at the lowest? No, okay, so it goes lower the first 2, and then these are the highest. So let's go crazy here. Let's pan this out to 50. This is going to be a very, very wide pan. 50, and then we're going to go to 40. And then 35. Actually, no, these are the low ones. So let's go 15, so they're pretty close. Okay, and now we should have a nice stereo spread. Good, and now for levels. So what I'm going to do is set them all to 0, turn them all down, set these two to just minus, I don't know, -6 or so. And then we will bring in the other ones individually. Okay, that's a decent balance for me now. And what I'm going to do now is just apply some compression across each of them. So what I'll do is put the compressor on just on one of them, listen to it, look at it, and then copy it. So let's go this first one here. We're going to use the tube vocal preset. I'm going for a pretty heavy compression. They're just hms, they can take it. Good. And then we're just going to copy that over to the next one. Make sure that that sounds good on both of them together. Now, the next one, I'm going to look at that one individually. Make sure it's compressing about the same amount, not doing anything crazy. They should be the same because they're all relatively the same level. Copy that over. Copy over here as well. The other thing I should do also is throw an EQ on here just to get rid of some of the noise floor. Let's see, on this first one. Good. And we're just going to copy that across all of them. Put it right at the top after the sample delay, but before the compression. Okay. Now let's listen to them all. Good. I'm very happy with that. The next step is pitch correction. And so what we're going to do here is go to all of these tracks, select them all. We're going to go to track head, configure track header, and we're going to turn on, let's see. Do I already have it? Oh no, I have to come up here. Excuse me. Yeah, turn on this. And then we're going to set this to flex pitch, and it's going to analyze each of them. All right, it's finished analyzing, and what we can do is just pitch each one of these. So I'm going to start with the first one, and we're just going to go into it and double click it, and then we can zoom out a little bit, and we're just going to sort of listen through and look and listen and get an idea for the pitch. So I can double click this and it will go to its target pitch, and I can also drag this up or down to get rid of vibrato. This one, see how it's a little bit flat in the beginning? I can grab this and just pull that up a little bit. Good. And then I'm going to individually pitch correct the second one. We're not going to like copy those over because we want this second one to sound slightly different because it's a double anyway. So let me do that. So here's our first two pitch corrected. So what I'm going to do is apply that same technique to the rest of these, and you will hear the result in the next episode. Stick around.